And today I really appreciate it. So, tell me about this past week. What's been going on?
Well, like what exactly?
Well, just anything that you feel is important that you think you'd want to tell me.
Uh, Classes are fine. They're good.
Good.
Hard, stressful.
Yeah.
But fine, I guess. Went out this weekend with friends. Not like past weekend with friends. So that was fine. Yeah, nothing really eventful. Nothing really ever eventful happens to me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does it feel to say that nothing ever eventful happens? Because that's a strong statement.
Well, gotten used to it. It's always been like that, so I don't know. Still kind of, I mean, it's not fun.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm just kind of getting used to it. You just kind of get used to some things.
Well, tell me about going out this weekend. How was that?
It was good. So we went out Thursday night first, just because it's a Thursday.
Sure.
Went out with two friends, and that was fun. And then went out again Saturday night with my best friend and two of her close friends.
Okay.
And that was kind of more low key, but I don't know. I feel like her friends don't like me very well. Cause like I only ever see them when like she's there.
Okay.
But so I'm like the fourth one to come into like the group, and sometimes I don't get what they're talking about, and I feel like sometimes they like will laugh, and I don't know what they're talking about, and yeah. So, but it was more low key. It was fine.
Yeah, I've been there where you're with a group of people and maybe they have some inside jokes or something, and you kind of feel like the new kid on the block, and it can be hard to sort of blend in a little bit.
Yeah. What did you do when you felt like that?
Well, I don't think there's any one answer, or I don't think there's one thing that works for everybody. Unfortunately, I wish there was. But what are some things that you've tried to do to sort of dispel the awkwardness, maybe?
I don't know that I've actually tried anything. I just feel like crap the whole time. Like it'll be like fun in the beginning, and then something will happen, and I'll be like, oh, what are they laughing about? Could it be about me? And then I just get really down. I talk even less than I already talk. So yeah.
Sounds like you kind of feed yourself a lot of self-defeating thoughts a little bit. Would you agree with that statement?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, they must be laughing about me, or they must be talking about me.
Mm-hmm.
Where are some other areas of your life do you think that maybe you kind of have those self-defeating thoughts?
Where don't I? Is kind of the question. Everywhere. Yeah.
Any areas that you don't? Any exceptions?
No. It's not really feel like opposite of self-defeating thoughts or like positive thoughts about yourself. Or I don't have any. I mean, I'm just Allison. I'm not unique in any way. I'm not cool. Like there's nothing really special about me. So I don't really have anything but negative thoughts. So.
How long has this pattern been going on of the negative thoughts?
Really, as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
If I have to think about it, probably like somewhere in early junior high, maybe.
Okay.
That I just always thought negatively. Yeah. Or a lot of negative thoughts.
Yeah. Well, a little bit earlier you said that classes were stressful and hard, but they were good. Is maybe schoolwork somewhere that you like, or where you have less negative thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, to an extent. I'm like just an English major. So it's not really that exciting. I'm smart, like I am smart.
Alright.
But I don't think, like I'm smart, I think there are like levels of smart. Like I'm smart, but then it's like this side. This is like the middle of smart, and then like people who are really smart, and that's not me, and like low, but yeah, so I'm just kind of, I get fine grades, like average grades, if they would say that. So it's just like an average smart, I guess.
Okay. That's a nice thing to say about yourself, though, that you're smart.
Yeah.
And also, I can remember back to when I took English, and English isn't easy. Writing all those essays and just stringing together words out of nothing. I really struggled with that. So that's not just an average subject, I don't think.
Yeah. Maybe, I guess.
So if you had to pick out one thing about yourself that you liked, besides what we already said about you being smart, did you think of something? You really had to try to think.
That I like about myself. A good friend. I really care about my friends.
So you're caring. That's a great quality. So far we have that you're smart and that you're caring. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, caring, yeah. But, like I said, smart, like, a lot of people are smart. So, if I'm just average, smart, I'm still not up there with, like, smart people. So, where am I going to go?
So you feel that it's not enough to be smart. You have to be the smartest.
Yeah. Those people are usually more successful, and people a lot of times will like them more and want to talk to them more and kind of ask them questions and stuff. So Yeah.
I noticed something you've been doing throughout session. You've kind of been wringing your hands a little bit, just like this. Can you tell me a little bit what that's about?
I don't know. I just do it a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Do you notice yourself doing it maybe like sometimes more than others, or just?
Frankly, when I started doing it, I really noticed it. And sometimes I'll notice it, but a lot of times I just don't even know that I'm doing it.
Okay.
So.
So what else? What else about this week that you'd like me to know?
Not really anything. I hung out with friends a couple times and went to class. So,
Well, this is our third session, and I know that we've kind of addressed the fact that you've been engaging in self-harm and kind of thinking a lot of negative thoughts and stuff like that. And I'm curious to see what are some goals that you would like to accomplish in therapy? Because I think we briefly talked about that, but I want to explore those a little bit further.
Well, I mean, I know I told you that, like, last year I used alcohol rather than, I started cutting first, and then that's when I transitioned to, like, alcohol. And so then, like I said, this year I've been started cutting again. So, I mean, it's not. Who wants scars on them? How is that really good? I would like to cease that. And I mean, I do it predominantly like when I'm down. So, I mean, I'm gonna be down, so I need to figure out something else to do.
Okay.
So, and like, Saturday, like when we went out Saturday night, like I said, it was more low key and some more talking kind of happened. And like I said, that I felt anxious and like upset, and so like I went home and I like didn't want to, but I'd been drinking too, and so I did cut Saturday night, and so I really don't. I mean, I don't want to do that anymore.
Okay.
And because I want to get rid of the cloud. Just want to get rid of the cloud.
So the cloud, is that kind of those feelings of depression and anxiety that kind of follow you around? Yeah. Well, going back to the self-harm, I really liked how you phrased that about, even though there are times that you're going to feel down, you can just channel it into something else. So it's not completely removing those sad feelings, or just trying to set a goal of never being sad ever again, but just kind of channeling that into something else. And I like that because it's realistic. So we'll definitely work on that. And then I know you were going to see a psychiatrist. We set you up with a psychiatrist. Can you tell me about how that meeting went?
Well, I did the, I saw the practitioner that you have, that you recommended.
Sure.
And it went fine. I've been on medication before, and it's been a while, but, so, I went, like, a few days after our last session, and just kind of talked. And so he prescribed me medication, and so I went and filled it right afterwards and got it filled. So I've been taking it for like 3 days now.
Good. And how do you feel about taking medication?
I mean, ideally, I don't want to take medication. I don't know how many people really like taking medication. So I mean, something's wrong with you, and I already know that. So, but if it helps and maybe that cloud can like dissipate a little bit and I'm not so sad, and then maybe I won't self-harm and won't have bad thoughts anymore. So, but yeah.
Well, to me, it sounds like you're already making some progress. So we have started to work on kind of getting rid of that black cloud, and you kind of have this internal desire to stop self-harm, which I think is the most important part to stopping. So let's brainstorm some ways that you can channel feeling down into something else besides self-harm. So what do you think you can do?
I think about stuff. I mean, like self-harm is something I do alone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's obviously easier to do it when I'm alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's something I can do with my best friend. Like I guess call her or text her when I'm feeling down and talk to her.
So that's good, and I think that's a really good start. It's important to surround yourself with people who love you and understand you. But say your friend doesn't answer your phone, then what can you do if you're still alone and you still feel that urge to do something?
I don't know. Like my brain jumps that if I'm not going to self-harm, then I'm going to drink. But again, I don't want to do that either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to use either of those as coping to cope when I'm feeling down.
Well, if I can ask you kind of a strange question, but bear with me. What is it exactly about self-harm that you not enjoy, but that appeals to you?
It's a physical pain rather than like the emotional, so it distracts me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is that it distracts me from like how much I like hate myself. So then like it will take some time to engage in it, and then I have to take care of and dress the wounds, and that takes a while too. And then by that point in time, I'm exhausted, and then I just go to sleep.
Okay, so it sounds like a couple elements to that. First, it's quick and it's easy, relatively easy, and it's time consuming. It leaves you tired, so you don't stay up and keep thinking negative thoughts, and it's a distraction. So all of those elements, maybe we can find another activity that has similar elements to that.
That would probably be good.
Well, you're an English major, so I assume that you like to write.
Yeah.
So, what would you think about keeping a journal?
I mean, I could. I haven't done that in a while. I used to. So that might be a time that I could write. Just journal.
So that might be an option because it's quick just to pull out your journal. It's a distraction. It's time consuming, and if you use a lot of kind of mental energy to think and to write, maybe that might make you tired too. What about reading? Do you like to read?
Yeah, but I haven't really found anything real good lately, and I also don't really have time with like school and stuff. So, but yeah, maybe I could find something that I enjoyed. I look forward to that, and that might change my mood when I am feeling kind of down.
Sure. Also, it does sound like you're busy with school and friends and everything. When do you usually self-harm the most? What time of the day?
Well, tends to be after. I don't know if it's really a specific. I guess more like evening night. I can. It like will kind of occur after something, or like if I'm feeling down from something, or I guess probably like down from something. Something happens, and then evening night, because that's typically. I mean, I can hide it from my roommate, and she knows. Like she knows she's the reason I came in here. She said I either have to come in and see someone, or she's going to tell my parents. So, so it's typically like evening or night time. Like, I mean, I have to think about it because I don't want her to know. So if I'm feeling down, I have to think about it and figure out when the best time is. If it can't be like immediate, and sometimes like when that happens and it can't like go do it right away, I will like it's only happened like once or twice where I haven't been able to do it immediately, and then it just kind of like subsides some to the point that I'm not just like obsessing about it, about like what happened or like how bad I'm feeling, and I can like sit down because we like live together too, so like watch a movie or something, and that might there's like a lapse of time that might like that's something that we do. So I've noticed like that's happened before that I can't do it right away. Then we'll watch TV for a while, and then I'll just kind of like not really forget about it, but like the urge isn't there as much.
Okay.
So.
Well, so like you said a little bit earlier, I think that's a good thing to try to surround yourself with positive people. I know me too when I had a stressful day or a bad day, and I'm coming to the end of my day, and I have a stretch of time where I can just relax and my mind isn't filled with other things. I tend to sort of just focus on the bad things of that day. So it can be easy to fall into that. So, for this next week, in between now and the next session, what are some things that we've talked about that you kind of want to pick and choose to work on as far as decreasing self-harm goes?
Yeah. Since I met with you last time, I only self-harmed one time.
Okay.
So I mean, ideally, like that was a good week.
Sure.
Like previous weeks have been like 2 to 3 times. So, I mean, I don't want to self-harm in the next week. So I can either read or journal or call my best friend or like go talk to her. Because it would probably be better to tell her I'm feeling this way and I want to than to like do it and then her find out. Like I don't think she'd be as mad or like scared for me. If I just been like, if I would just said something like, you know, I just kind of need someone to talk to. I need like help right now. So if I'm feeling, I guess, just not self-harm in the next week, that's probably my goal.
Okay. So again, it's kind of setting that goal, but even more important than not self-harming is just to try to train yourself to channel those urges into something different, which I think will lead to your desired goal.
Oh.
So what are you feeling right now? How do you feel about that?
Well, would like to not self-harm. However, not doing that means I've like accomplished something. I'm not really good at anything, so I don't think I'm gonna. Part of me is like, you're not gonna be able to do it. You aren't good at anything. So why would you be able to do this if you can't succeed? So yeah, I'd like to, but I don't want to say I won't, or I don't think I will, because like, obviously we've talked about this. I shouldn't be like automatically jump to negative, but not really good at anything. So I have to stay and do good like my first 3 years here. So now I have to stay longer, and if I can't, like I couldn't even finish school in 4 years. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, I think the most important piece of this is that you're willing and you have a desire to change. And I think anybody in the world with enough of a desire to do something, they can get it done if they put the work into it.
Hone in on that piece a bit. I remember that I want to do this.
So it looks like we have a couple minutes left of our session. Is there anything else that you want me to know or want to ask me about?
No, I don't think so. I don't really know of anything else.
So is there anything else you think that you want to talk about specifically in our next session, or?
Well, so we need to check in on like harming and coping with my songs. Yeah, probably that most of all.
Okay. Some check-in?
Yeah, just to kind of talk about that. I don't know what else. Is there anything you think that would be good for me to like do in the next week, or even like for next session, like that you want to talk about? Like, could you like analyze me and figure out what we should talk about?
Well,
What's wrong with me?
Well, I think what we've talked about, kind of surrounding yourself with people that care about you is a good step. I also want to see next week if you've noticed anything good or bad about the medication. Sometimes it can take a little while to work, but just kind of keep checking up on that. And then just see how maybe your journaling or your reading has helped you, if it's helped you, when you've had sort of an urge to self-harm. I think that's good stuff to kind of check in on and keep a watch on. All right. Well, it looks like we're just about done. So thank you so much for coming in today and opening up. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to hearing all of your thoughts and your experiences next week. Okay?